All right, we're here at our first stop. Okay, this is the America's Thrift Store here in Bama, and it's not a place where I usually get comic books from. I have found them, but it's pretty rare. But it is a place that I'll find media at, like video games and DVDs, Blu-rays, things like that. So it's one of my favorite stops to go to. I've also found like actual books here as well. So Game of Thrones books, Harry Potter books, stuff like that. So that'll be stuff that I'm looking for here at this stop. Just some media, and it's a good first place. Just kind of like get everything going. And I feel like I'm late because this parking lot is packed. Lord Jesus, it started raining. It was there was some cool stuff in there for the most part. Nothing really caught my eye except for one item, and that was this X-Men novel right here, written by Greg Cox. It's a book 2 of 3. I love picking these things up. I love picking them up. I was thinking about not picking this one up though, but the reason I did was because this right here, illustrations by George Perez. What? That's super awesome. I'll be showing some of those pictures off, and y'all can check them out when I get better lighting and in a better situation. Next up is the Foundry. Okay, this is like maybe a mile down the road, if even that, and the rain's already slacked up, so that's fantastic. Another place I'd never found any comic books here. However, media is just abundant. There's all kinds of books, CDs, DVDs, games, everything. So let's go in here. Let's check this out. See what we find. All right. Apologies that I don't have any video from in there. However, there was a good bit of people there, and I feel like I was getting like some weird looks and eyes, so it just kind of makes me all self-conscious. Regardless, I did find something. I found this complete The Cosby Show on DVD. But now I'm here at Brass Bear Antique Mall. I've never been here before either. And there's also another store, it looks like, maybe, that's got like Pokemon cards or something in it. So maybe I'll go look and check and see what that is as well. I don't know. But you're still here, so you're coming with me. Let's go. All right. Got out of Brass Bear, headed to Chipotle. I did pick up stuff at Brass Bear, by the way, but you're going to stick around and find out what I got, okay? I got comics. I got 2 movies. I got stuff, okay? Good price, too. It was like $12 out the door. Fantastic. Anyways, took a lunch break at Chipotle. 20-minute lunch break. And I promise you, if my kids ever do this, they will lose their phone. They'll lose phone privileges. So help me. Like, there's no good reason to have your phone on speakerphone in a restaurant. None. Like, maybe there's one. Maybe there's one good reason. They didn't have it, though. These folks didn't have it. No, they was having a casual conversation. Hey, don't nobody want to hear your conversation on the phone. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyways, so now I'm at Second and Charles. I'm probably gonna finish out my day here. May go to Ollie's because it's around the corner. May, but we'll see. Definitely doing Second and Charles. So, wish me luck. All right, that's been a while. Second and Charles. I did come out with some stuff. No comic books, though. Like, I had a little stack, but it was just the pricing wasn't right, and the books weren't something I was excited about, nor were they, like, this fantastic spec or anything like that. So I put all that stuff back and grabbed a handful of movies that I thought were actually really, really good deals. I got this, and I've never seen it, but Jonah Hex. No idea if it's any good. Let me know down in the comments if you watched it, what you thought. I know that Megan Fox gets a lot of heat as far as like her acting and stuff, but it's Jonah Hex, one of my favorite characters. And it's again like Deadman. Like, I don't know if he's actually my favorite character or not, but like I like the aesthetics of the character. I like the I don't know, the way the character's presented. So we'll see if I actually like the character. That was like $8, which I thought was a deal. And then I got this Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Which, don't get me wrong, I know the Chris Pratt ones are not near as good as the original, but still, I enjoyed them, and my son enjoys them, so we'll enjoy watching them together. And 4K Blu-ray for $8, $9. Yeah, I thought that was a steal of a deal. So, alright, I'm going to hit Ollie's, and that will be my last one. That will be it, I promise. And then we'll go to the house, and I'll actually show you the comic books that I did pick up. So what was supposed to be a comic book haul ended up being a media haul. I'm not sure what to tell you happened. The comics just were not out there. They were not out there. The biggest thing that I saw was there at the Brass Bear, and those long boxes there. That was really it. So, but let's recap. Let's check out what I got. At the America's Thrift Store, I found this X-Men book right here. X-Men Avengers book, written by Greg Cox, and it's got artwork by George Perez in it. At the Foundry, my video cut out, and what I was trying to say was I found the complete series of The Cosby Show. It was $4, still like sealed in its cellophane wrap. So that was a no-brainer for me. The Cosby Show is not streaming anywhere, so you can't just pick it up and just start watching it wherever. And this is exactly why I like physical media. Exactly why, because I don't have to pay $2 an episode for Amazon or anybody else to be able to watch The Cosby Show now. And say what you will about Bill Cosby, I understand that he did some bad things. However, that doesn't negate what these other actresses and actors did. It doesn't negate the show. It doesn't negate the writing for the show. It doesn't negate anybody else other than Bill Cosby himself. And honestly, this was a family wholesome TV show back in the day. It was. Considering a lot of things that are on right now, like, this is one of the better things to watch. Not condoning what Bill Cosby did, but we all make mistakes. And, hopefully there's grace and we're allowed to, turn from those mistakes. Key part being turn from them and have grace, have forgiveness, that kind of stuff. So, I'm excited. Guy Cosby Show. And I'm sorry, $4 for an entire series? That's unheard of in my opinion. Unheard of. I think it's like 8 seasons long. In other trips at the Foundry that I did not record, I've found this Whitey Ford Sings the Blues. This is Everlast. This had a hit song of What It's Like back in the day, like early 2000s. I double bought this one because apparently on this trip, like, I've double bought a ton of stuff apparently. So, but yeah, I already had this, and so now I'm gonna turn around and sell it and see what I can recoup. I probably paid $2 for it. Pacific Rim, a movie that I've seen I don't know how many times, but never all the way through. I've always just found it on TV, started watching it. I've never watched it from start to beginning, so now I actually own it to be able to do that. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This is a first edition, but not a first printing. Those came from the UK. This is not even the first US printing either. I look for Harry Potter first edition books. I feel like those are going to be valuable books down the road, and so that's why I picked them up. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This one I double bought. I've already got a copy, but I figured I'd grab another one because I think I paid like $3, maybe $4 for this book. The next stop that I actually went to that had stuff was the Brass Bear, and I picked up this Terminator Genisys on Blu-ray. I already have this movie. I did not have it with slipcover, so I'm glad to have acquired the slipcover now. But it was $3, so not bad, but still just aggravating that I'm not keeping up with the movies that I have. And then I found this Land Before Time, the anniversary edition. This is for my nephew. He's turning 2. And he is big into dinosaurs. I don't think he's ever seen this, and so I think this will be a hit for him. It was $1, and I'll add it on top of like whatever else I've got him for his birthday. Comic books. I finally bought some comic books. It was at the Brass Bear. They were $1 a piece. I picked up this Magneto #1. I do think that this Magneto #1 is going to be a popular book if we ever get a casting for Magneto. All the 90s X-Men #1s were hot there for a bit. I know that they were somewhat foiled and embossed, and this one is not. However, it's Magneto. Like, I think people would like his #1. Justice League Gods and Monsters Superman. This is a one-shot. I guess it does either a story or an origin of the Superman of this Earth. There's a Wonder Woman, there's also a Batman, and then there is a 3-issue miniseries, and that completes, from what I understand, the Gods and Monsters story for the Justice League. I needed this one shot, and then there's like one more issue of the little miniseries that I need, and I'll have that completed. I've yet to read it, but it's just an interesting little series. As I continue on with my Iron Man, I am now picking up like mini-series and things that I don't have of Iron Man, and one of the ones that I found that I don't have that apparently cost a pretty penny on the aftermarket is Iron Man Empower Pack. Here is issue #3. It's a 4-issue little mini-series. Got some cool artwork on the covers. Issue #2. I've not read this. I think I've seen it once before and passed over it because I've been focusing on just the actual Iron Man books. But like I said, as I'm getting closer, like when I find these for $1 now in really good shape, I'm going to start picking them up. And issue #1, which in my opinion has the best cover out of all of them. So I am missing issue #4, but surely I'll find it somewhere in a dollar bin and be able to complete this. I also picked up this Iron Man Public Identity issue #2. Really cool cover. Love the cover. And this is, I guess, a movie adaptation of Iron Man 2. I don't know. I haven't read it. But it's a 3-issue miniseries, and I've usually found #1 and probably #3 as well in dollar bins and just never picked them up. So, gotta start picking these up now. And then I found this cool Marvel Apes variant for Invincible Iron Man #5. And for $1, I just couldn't pass it up. I mean, it's Tony Stark as an ape. I think that's pretty cool. I then ventured over to 2nd and Charles, where I picked up Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom in 4K. Now, I double bought again, but at least this is an upgrade, so I'm happy about that. To go from Blu-ray to 4K, it may not be that big of a difference, but still, like, if I'm gonna double buy, at least upgrading, that's the best thing to do. And then Josh Brolin as Jonah Hex. Excited to see this. Have not watched it yet, but excited to see this. And I actually went out thrifting again the next day, looking for comic books and CDs and movies and all the things. And it was just a trash day. There was nothing to pick up. My car started messing up. Came home. I picked up one thing, and it was this Young Jeezy The Inspiration CD. Young Jeezy is probably one of my like top 5 favorite rappers. He is more in the trap music like genre, and yeah, I just really like it. I like the beats, and so this has been a cool CD to ride to. Have you ever had one of those trips where it's like, I'm looking for comics, and then you can't find comics, but you find everything else that you like? I mean, I guess it's not necessarily a bad day if you're finding stuff that you like, but still, like, the intention was comic books, and I wanted comic books. Let me know down in the comments what was your favorite pickup that I had out of this trip. If you enjoyed this, I think you'll enjoy this video right here. This is my May comic book and Blu-ray haul, so another mixed media style haul. It just gets some good stuff, some really good deals on top of that. So thank y'all so much for watching. As always, y'all have a good one.